Let's kick off with the Australian. Now, this is the biggest story in the world right now, and I refer, of course, to the Taliban annexing Kabul, and there's obviously the human rights issues. There's their performance and record on their treatment of women, and the headline on the front of the Australian is, "We can't save them all, PM. 800 Australians, Afghan asylum seekers stuck in Kabul. Taliban vows inclusive government." Now, interesting comment piece from Paul Kelly, the best in the business, without question, Kristy. He says, this will leave the US weaker, not stronger. Biden's capitulation testifies to a superpower that has lost its will and has lost its way. Kristy?
I think it's put Australia in a very challenging defence position. Of course, our activities are so aligned to the United States as our major power ally, as they should be, as is in the best interests of Australia. So we have to watch very carefully how the US administration maintains any sort of intelligence operation to try and gain any semblance of a way forward in Afghanistan that is stable, and how they negotiate with the powers in the region, including Russia, including Pakistan, and including what's left of the democratic forces in Afghanistan, and the position that places Australia in. It is tragic, it is heartbreaking for Australia's Afghani community, but we must not lose sight of the fact that thousands of Australian men and women put on their uniform, went to Afghanistan to protect the freedom, to protect democracy, and to ensure that women and girls have a voice in parts of the world that they did not have. And sitting here in Perth, we're an SAS town here, and there's a lot of families deeply affected by this tonight.
It's interesting too on the age, Kristy. Europe's anger at US over chaos in Kabul. The European leaders have expressed rare frustration with the United States over its shambolic exit from Afghanistan, saying it caught them all by surprise as President Joe Biden doubled down on his decision to quit the 2-decade-long war. The other factor here too, Kristy, earlier tonight we saw comments from China saying that they would embrace the Taliban administration. I don't know what sort of game they are playing there.
Very dangerous words from China. Very dangerous for Australia's relationship with China to hear those today. And I'm certain that our diplomatic teams and Prime Minister Morrison and Prime Minister Biden will be in constant contact in relation to the role Australia plays in the Asia-Pacific region. Now, when we put the events in Afghanistan together with the already rising threat of China in our region.